Hey guys, I'm really excited to start tomorrow. And I named this talk The Calm Before the Storm because I've been doing this for quite a long while. And I have seen time and time again people get really excited to change. But when the work comes into play, it seems like life comes against you. And I want to kind of warn you and prepare you for success because if you plan or if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so I really want you guys to take today to set some goals for yourself over the next week. I want you to focus on what are the things that typically in the past, because I know this is probably not your first time that you're working on bettering yourself, what are the things in the past that have gotten in the way? And what are going to be your stumbling blocks or your potential stumbling blocks, and how can you overcome those? For me personally, I know that I have to start right from the get-go in the morning and focus on the things that I tend to put off. Otherwise, I put them off time and time again. Usually it's my workout, and it doesn't end up getting done. And so I want you to figure out ahead of time, what is your frog? What is the thing that is going to be probably the most important thing for you to do to actually attain the kind of change you want to achieve during this group? But what's the thing that you'll tend to put off the most? So if you were to do that thing first, if you were to eat that frog, kind of the grossest thing in your day, not necessarily the worst thing, but the thing that you avoid the most, you eat that first thing in the morning, and then the rest of your day is going to be smooth sailing. The rest of your day sort of comes together. There's certain things that I really enjoy doing and have no issues fitting in, and there's things that I know I enjoy doing. I do like working out, but for some reason, in my head, it's this hairy, scary thing. Oh my gosh, I think, what was that, at church yesterday, and they were talking about the percentage of what 20 minutes is in your day, and it was 1.4% of your day, total minutes in your day, and it kind of put it in perspective for me. So my workouts are typically only 30 minutes, so what is that, probably 2% of my day. And I think if you think of it in that perspective of like, okay, this is 2% of my day, if I just go ahead and get it knocked out, you feel that much more amazing when you're spending the rest of your day realizing, oh my gosh, I already got the thing that I tend to fail with easiest done, so the rest of my day is light and feathery and I get to really enjoy life. So I want you to focus on that, number one. Number two, things are going to come at you. You're going to have, if you're a mother, your children are going to get sick. If you are someone who travels, your flights are going to get delayed. It's just life. Life happens, and you've got to be prepared to push through it regardless. There's never, ever, ever going to be a time in your life where everything just calms down and all of a sudden you just run free towards your goals. It just does not happen. I used to think it did. And I waited and waited and waited, and years went by, and all of a sudden I was still in the exact same place, waiting pool style, just kind of chilling out, waiting for my dreams to happen. So here's the deal. In this group, you are going to go after your goals, and crap is going to get in the way. So what you've got to do is reroute. So I know when you have a navigation on, you're saying, okay, I want to go to Disney World, and you live in Michigan. You're going to have roadblocks. You're going to have an accident pop up, and it's going to take you on a new route to get there, right? You're not just going to hit the first roadblock. You're going to see there's an accident. You're like, oh, I'm not going to get there in the exact amount of time that I had set, so I'm going back home. I'm not going to Disney World. No, you're going to reroute. You're going to go around, or it's going to take you a little extra time to get there. But my gosh, you're so determined to get there, you're going to keep going. This is the exact same way. You've got to focus on when you hit those stumbling blocks or things that are going to elongate your journey a little bit more than you had planned. Get over it. That's life. And you just reroute to that goal, whether that being you missed your stop, like let's say you mess up, you have one too many treat meals. You don't just give up on it and go have 50 more treat meals. You reroute, make a U-turn, go back to where you started, where you were going in the right way, and you keep going. So that's going to be my mind shift that I want all of you guys to make as you're going through this. Like I said, life is going to happen. There are going to be stumbling blocks. There are going to be things that get in your way. But what you can't get in the mindset of is perfect. Done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done. And if you keep that in your head, whenever you're trying to, that old mindset of like, oh, I didn't do it, I might as well, start next month. No, that's silly. Or I didn't work out on Monday, so I'll just have to wait till next Monday to start. No. I almost want to start doing my challenges starting on like a Wednesday because people have that mindset and I want to break that because that's silly. Every single day is a fresh start, a clean slate. I used to think like, oh, it has to be the first of the month for me to start my new lifestyle. No, tomorrow is the 24th. Sounds like a great day to start a new life and start to make your life by design. So What I'm going to post in the group is this little sheet that I have for you guys to fill out. And I would love for you to get in the habit of filling it out daily. I started tracking something like this about a year ago. And it was really eye-opening as to acknowledging the things that I was grateful for. It says, today I'm grateful for, and you list out 3 things. What would make today great? To actually list out and think, what would make today a great day? If I'm going to bed knowing I got these 3 things done, will I feel accomplished? And by doing that, you're able to very clear cut see, did I accomplish what I set out to do today? And nothing else really matters. You don't have a to-do list that's a mile long. By the way, I'm over here with a to-do list mile long, right? It's not going to get done in one day. And sometimes it can feel very defeating because you'll see, oh my gosh, you know, I finished a lot, but I didn't do everything. And so you constantly feel unaccomplished. I feel like with something like this, when there's only 3, it helps you to actually have a day where you can go to bed and say, you know what, I did enough today. It also lists your daily affirmation, something like, I am a vessel for God. I am working towards becoming the person that I'm called to be. Whatever it might be for you that day, it can be a different one every single day. It can be the same one every day, whatever you feel. And then on the very bottom here, and I'll post this like I said, it says fitness, and you fill this out. Today's workout or activity, list that. Level of intensity out of 1 to 10. Your nutrition, I want you to list your food wins. What are some things that you did that were wins for you? Acknowledging some of the better choices that you're making in your life. Remember, progress, not perfection. You don't have to be perfect. This is a lifestyle. Rating your energy level. I want you to be able to focus on more than just the scale. I know for me personally, I literally, for my pregnancy, my postpartum journey, got stuck with the same 5 pounds for 4 months, and I had been consistent in challenge groups, and I was getting so frustrated. But you have to focus on a lot of different aspects. You know, measurements are an awesome way to track. Pictures are an awesome way to track. Sometimes the other ways that you're tracking don't move. Weight sometimes doesn't move. It gets, you know, stubborn. But you might see a difference in your energy level. You might see a difference in your strength. Maybe you're able to do curls with 10 pounds and you started with 5 or 8. Maybe you're able to do 10 push-ups in a row and not have it be on your knees. Whatever it might be, any of those wins that you can start to track are going to help motivate you to keep going. As long as we're progressing, trust me, in life, if you're progressing, you're going to feel happy, you're going to feel positive. It's not necessarily the end goal that's the best. I've been and achieved some really huge things. Top coach in the company, $1 million earner, all those crazy things. But honestly, it was the journey and constantly seeing myself evolve consistently that really made me feel serious joy. And it was the momentum that kicked me forward to be able to achieve those goals. I have also achieved goals that I didn't focus or celebrate any of the milestones that felt very emptied at the end of them. I remember when I first hit the highest rank in coaching for Beachbody. It was a very empty feeling because it didn't feel as exciting as I thought it would. In truth, I should have focused and celebrated more of the journey along the way. And so I have since made it my goal to do that. All the small wins, I want to celebrate those. And really, I want you to do the same because I don't want you, your goal weight might be, 150 and it's 30 pounds away right now. If you don't celebrate each pound, if you don't celebrate each milestone, you're going to get to that 150 and it might not even feel like you thought it would feel. Maybe now you realize you want to be 140 or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you're never celebrating any time. So I want you to really focus on the small wins, and that's why I have that on there. Mindset. I want you to find inspiration in each day, whether it be through, speaking to a friend who's really encouraging to you, whether, for me personally, while I'm working out, I like to do personal development. I literally just go on YouTube and type in Tony Robbins, or Les Brown, or Jim Rohn, people that, Oprah, whatever. You can type in anybody who you find inspiring, and they have so many videos on YouTube. It would blow your mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be you sitting down with a book, although if you love books, I own plenty. It's an awesome way if you can find the time to sit down. But I want you to find something inspirational, something to take away, an aha moment that you can post in the set about mindset. And then I want you to circle today's mood, whether it be happy face, face, or so that you can start to track, how am I evolving, how am I doing? And that's going to be my goal for you. Last thing I'm going to cover. I am all about the fact that you are actively writing your destiny. You are writing your story, your legacy when you're gone. What do you want people to feel and think about you when they remember you? And I think that's really important. It's something that I started to ask myself that made me sort of step up to the driver's seat and start to make some changes in my life. And I want you to focus on the fact that you are in creative control. And whatever your story's been up to this point, now you're able to take the pen and start to write. It's one of those books, like remember those adventure books where you get to a certain point and you could choose either path and it would take you to a different place? That's life, right? You're gonna get to choose which path you go down. And in your story, typically you're both the antagonist and the protagonist. The antagonist is the person who's the enemy of the hero, the main character, and the protagonist is the main character or the hero. In our lives, I have found I am both the antagonist and the protagonist. I can be the hero in the story, but I can also be my own worst enemy by attacking myself personally or letting that little voice inside your head just decide how you're going to end your story. So what I'm going to do in this group is focus you on taking control of that protagonist, you know, the main character that always wins in the end, and really focusing on getting rid of that small little voice. Now, it doesn't ever just go away, but you can definitely turn the volume down on that and turn the volume up on the voice of God in your life, on the voice that's going to tell you the right things to do, that knows that you're truth. And hopefully by the end of this, you feel more in tune with that and less in tune with that little voice in your head that tries to talk you out of things. So today, go and spend some time planning where you want to be this point next week. Know that there's going to be things that go in the way. There's going to be times where it's not going to be easy. But trust me, think about all the things you've achieved in your life, all the things that are your most favorite moments. Most likely they were hard, right? Most likely they were challenging, they were things you overcame, and they created you to be who you are today. That's exactly what this is going to be. It's not going to be easy. If you want easy routes, just keep living in mediocrity, because that's what most people do. But if you want to live a life by design, if you want to live a life of freedom, if you want to live a life that inspires other people, it's going to be hard, but it's also going to be worth it. So I will post my Life by Design daily journal in the comments section, and I really look forward to being on this journey with you guys and seeing you evolve into who you already are deep down inside. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.